Hey, it's Wolfy-Chan, and wait, you should subscribe. A lot of you aren't subscribed, but you like watching my stuff. Definitely subscribe. Today's kind of going to be a weird video, because this is me explaining why I don't think people should be going to Fullsail University for 3D computer animation. Does that mean my animations are sucky? A bit, yes. Did I learn absolutely everything so that I could immediately go work for any of the big brands? You know, Ubisoft, Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, anything that needs an animation. I kind of good enough. Just point me in the direction that you want me to, and I can probably get a decent and good job going. But I don't think I have the full capacity to just, woo, here's everything, enjoy this world. Oh. No, because enjoying the world is very weird and very strange. Fullsail University is a university that does online schooling and not online schooling. I happen to be doing a 2-year program for 4 years. I just recently graduated as of June 4th, technically. I haven't gotten a diploma or anything that says I'm going to get a diploma, or that says, hey, you graduated Fullsail University. No. And because I was during the whole school thing, during the deadening of 2019 and 2020 or 2021, it was really funny to see what happened during the whole situation. So, in the beginning, I kind of got pushed into it. I wanted this to be a hobby. I wanted to do this on the side and have enough money to pay for school to do this. Somebody I did care about did push me into it, saying that, you know, you should do something. I did it, and now I don't know where I'm going with it. And in America, you have to pay back your loans if you got it from the government. I have 6 months, starting June, to get it paid off, or to get a job and start paying it before December, where I'm going to have to start paying it. I have 40 grand that I have to pay back to the government. It's technically $38,000, but it's better to just round it up to 40, because maybe it's going to blow up to that point, and I don't know. I want to pay it off personally as quick as possible, and I don't want the government dictating that the payments are going to go from affordable to, how about you're paying us $1,000 a month? Yeah, how about no? How about no? And nowhere in the loans or applying for FAFSA or anything did they tell you until I had to do an interview, an exit interview about paying back my loans. And here's the 15 different loan types. There's only 4. The 4 different loan types from the government that I can use, which is doing it quicker, postponing it but it's okay, taking longer to pay it out, and taking super long to pay it out. But if you take super long, your payments are still the same. Or, if you're lucky and you work for the government for long enough, you can get it paid. You can have it forgiven after about a couple years. If you work for the government. And I remember nothing from anything from college to middle school to growing up. I have not heard anything from my government, which is America, that says there is grace or there is forgiveness of your loans if you work for the government. Nothing said that. Nothing. Nothing on the list for FAFSA. Nothing on the internet said this. Until I see it and go, so if you work for the government, you're okay. That's great, thank you. Now I have to find something like that. Which technically, my last job that I loved immensely, that wasn't that I worked for like a couple days, which I worked for a company around where I live, and I'm not great with heat, and it was a hot mess. And I was like, this is not going to work out. It's not going to work out very well. So the last job that I legitimately loved was for working for an ice arena, which is owned by the county, which was owned technically by the government at the time. I was working for the government. If I had stayed working for the government, oh, you have to forgive me. Wish somebody would have told me to. Now I don't know if there's such things like arenas where I live that do that without a couple hours of driving. Goodie. Great. But I'll pass that on to the classes that I took. So I feel like the biggest problem is that people always tell you to take community college to get your essentials out of the way, and then whatever college you're going to, those credits stick to that. Fullsail University isn't like that. Your credits are only for Fullsail. So if you try and, let's say, go to Cal Arts afterwards, I don't think my degree is recognized there. I think I would have to start back from scratch. And, what? Okay, that's cool. I mean, I wanted to do 2D animation, and now I'm locked into 3D, and now I know enough 3D to at least make something look realistic. And I can kind of make characters, and I can kind of rig them. So, it's very interesting and very different to, I think, what Cal Arts does, which I would really recommend people doing, like Cal Arts, or doing a lot of research into it. When I looked up more reviews on Fullsail once I graduated, it was a lot of people reviewing the launch boxes, which is great. I got a computer, a scanner, a webcam, which, webcam. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the best webcam. It is really good. It does what you need it to, and, like, useful. But it's not powered off by itself. It's powered by your computer. And there's not a screen on it. You have to look at the screen and draw, which I'm not good at. I have to look down at my drawing because I'm a paper and pencil drawer and draw from there. Does that mean that technology nowadays hasn't jumped to that? Yeah, there is, but it's... Now, I will admit they give you the latest, MacBook to do your animations and stuff, and they give you the programs. Those things are like $2,000 at most. Maybe even more because of ZBrush, Maya, Autodesk, and like the whole suites of Photoshop and Premiere and all that. You get all that. That's great. Love it. I wish I could have downloaded all the stuff, and I wish my computer is on the ground. I wish the computer had a lot more storage because the files are... they're huge. The biggest takeaway I've taken is that the first classes you're going to take are just kind of alright, and then nothing to do with your chosen career. Then you're going to dip your toes into it, and then all of a sudden you're going to slip and you're supposed to know a lot more than what you're thinking of. When you do online classes, it's recommended that you go to the online, what would you consider it, like classes, like they're online teaching, the lectures. It's recommended that you go to the lectures, but a lot of the how you're supposed to do this and how they help you with each week, you almost don't need to, because it helps a lot more to see that and then maybe give them an email, which they will more than likely answer, the next day, usually, unless it's the weekend, good luck. Fullsail has Discord servers, and they're pretty helpful. I will admit that. They also have online tutoring. Ha! Ha! Online tutoring is softly a joke, because if you're doing it for a certain class, that class can be like, we have a server personally for us that you need to go into to get help. I don't know why you went to the tutoring. Maybe because the tutoring was given and it's hard to help me learn the things that I'm not getting. And when you trip and fall into some of the classes and you end up having to redo them. Next point, redoing a class. You get one free redo of the class. So you could fail a class, go to the next class, pass it, and you don't have to pay anything to it. Well, if you do it 3 times, the 3rd time you're supposed to pay it. Unless you fill out a sheet and you talk to the people and you submit the sheet and you do this, that, and the other, then you won't have to pay. I believe my FAFSA, they pulled it from my FAFSA, which is okay with me, because I didn't quite understand how to do any of that, because it was like, click this, then enter this, then you have to do that, and it was a very listed thing to basically say that you're going to do this class and you're going to pay for this class. Alright. There's not really any like therapy to help you when you're really stressed and the class isn't really helping and nothing like that. They say they have grade forgiveness, but it's basically if you pass the class with a low grade, then they can change it into a better grade. That's great. Thanks for giving me grade forgiveness, but nothing, and I've tried to double check on their website what grade forgiveness is, and it's very, it'll forgive some. When it should be said, it will forgive a grade if it's bad, but you pass. Not, you're doing really bad and you just want to move on to the next class because you just can't take this class again because you're mentally fried. No. And then there is asking for time off from school, which my classes were every month you did a new class, and if you passed it, you went on to the next one. If you didn't pass it, you'd go to the next one, and it would be the next afterwards. Because sometimes you wouldn't know until the end of next month if you were going to take the last class again, because grading is great, I guess. It's due on Sunday, and I do understand that you have both online students and offline students. I totally understand that. But you can't tell me portfolio where you have 15 teachers that you can't have some of your assistants help you. None. So I don't know the grade until 3 weeks later, and I'm like, I just did 2 weeks of my work to know that I failed that week, and now I have to try and catch up for my last week to implement what you said. So while the big cough, cough, sneeze, sneeze was happening, I had to redo the class twice, and they were having very big problems on campus with all that good stuff. Totally understand. I believe I made a good bike. I tried to make a vehicle first, and I tried to broaden my horizons so that I could be a jack of all trades of everything, so that in animation class, like, somebody's like, hey, can you make this for me? I know your animation, but can you? Yes, I can. Good, let's go. Or, just, can you rig something? Not the best, but I can give you something. Okay, let's go. That doesn't work for Fullsail. And when you look at the portfolio classes, which, when I think portfolio, I think, here's what you've learned, here's a portfolio of what you've learned so far. Well, when most of your classes are doing coloring, and then doing science and math classes, and then there's a portfolio class, and they tell you, do this. All I did was coloring. Is there a portfolio for just coloring? Nope, you either have to do animation, compositing, which is something different, lighting, or doing look dev, which is making a room, making a computer, making a car, making things. That's great. That's good. That's awesome. I admit that. But I didn't learn anything other than coloring, so am I just supposed to repeat the other ones? And I get that portfolio classes are just showing your way. But if you're gonna help us make it better, teach us. Show us some stuff. Show us the best things. And then, cool. I think it was portfolio 3. I got somebody who was a little bit condescending. And I don't know if she was just having an off day or if I really made her mad. But she commented or mentioned in the video that you should know this by now. So moving on. What if I didn't? What if I don't know? What if you're saying things I don't know? Why don't you just quickly show me, like a lot of the other teachers will, and show me what to do really quickly and then go on? Why were you so condescending about me not knowing this one particular thing? Right. And then you got mad about it, or at least had a tone of irritation. And please don't make your students have to write an essay for an email to help you fix the thing. I get it if, like, asking for help is, like, they didn't write a huge paragraph describing it. Just ask them, hey, I didn't really understand it. Is there a way we can call, video chat, Discord message, something, so that we can understand it more? So, they don't. When you talk to your counselors, your career counselors, really, about any stuff, they will kind of harp on you to call your teachers and stuff like that. And they may tell you, oh, your teacher's really worried about you in class, but it doesn't feel it. It really doesn't. So I gave up after Portfolio 3, looking at portfolio classes and taking their instructions and doing better. If you gave me a good enough grade, I went on and tried to do more and do better next time. And that's kind of how I kept going. I used the same voice clips. I didn't really make my own environment. I didn't make my own character. And my final portfolio thing, it didn't feel like me. It didn't feel like my own voice clip, my own environment, my own random character that I met, like thing that I met. You know, I just meet characters. It was nothing of me and just some animation. And I saw other people's where there wasn't really amazing lighting or anything like that. It was just normal stuff. And yet, the last portfolio class, which made it sound like you got to make your own, your own animation from scratch, instead of this is basically how to make a demo reel. Here you go. It's frustrating. It's really, really, really frustrating when you're trying your best and you kind of get slapped down, and if you try and reach out for help, you might not get it in time. Discord is great if you have people around every time, all the time. Have somebody there at 6 o'clock in the morning or at 2 o'clock in the morning to help you with this. Because some of us are stressing and need that help right then and there, but we can't. We have to ask other students, and I'm not the best at asking other people for help, and a lot of people came up to me and asked for help, and I was like, here's the best I got for you. I'm really sorry. The programs at the end were very much portfolio, here's how to do this, portfolio, here's how to do this. And that was a lot of it. That was it. I graduated. And I didn't like any of the portfolio classes at all. And by apparently portfolio 5, you were supposed to be locked in whether you're going to do look dev, lighting, composition, or animation. Nobody told me this. Nothing in their long website that they made to tell me what I'm supposed to do didn't say that. No, I had to get told by a teacher this because I wanted to flip-flop back and forth. because I didn't really want to finish on animation. Then I was told I was supposed to. Okay. Portfolio 6 happened. Which one are you doing? Are you doing Webcam? I was told at Portfolio 5 that I was locked into animation. Why are you telling me I'm not locked into animation? What's going on? The things that you are submitting to FSO, which is their Fullsail site, can only at max upload like 250 megabytes, which a lot of your stuff, in the end, it gets bigger than that. And even after that, all the teachers are very, very good. So you're not going to get the same submitting, like, last name, first name, if you're online, year, month, and then whatever the class is. No, everyone mixes it up, and some throw out the days completely. Or, on portfolios, how am I supposed to submit it? Is it just portfolio this? Is it this? Do I put a date? Do I put a month? Do I even put my name? No, there's nothing specific about that. And so you have to pick. You just, alright, my last name, my first name, project, and here's the date. I'm not great. And boy howdy, I'm okay at texturing. Am I good at making UVs? Somebody else do. I feel like what I got at the end of the day from this was, here's how to do a rough estimate of how to do animation. Maybe if I asked the teachers more questions, maybe if I was physically there at school, maybe it would have been different. I did end up graduating. It did take me 4 years. And I do feel accomplished. Yes, I finally got it done. How do I make eyelids? How do I make lips? How do you make teeth realistic? How do you bind for eyelids and mouth? How do you make the talkies talky? How do you be a human being? How do you make eyeballs? I don't know. This is the question. I don't know. And I shouldn't have to ask that. That should not be a, I don't know. No, I should be able to look at you and be like, alright, this is how you make an eyelid. This is how you make an eyelid. This is how you make lips. This is how you make an open mouth. But I can't. So the biggest help throughout going to Fullsail University was YouTube. YouTube was the biggest help I've ever gotten. And it was very helpful when I was doing ZBrush and all that good stuff. And you want to know something fun? YouTube doesn't do it for Macs. It doesn't help you find the keys to do this stuff for Macs. It's for this. It's for Windows. The normal keyboard, that thing, that's the thing that people will teach you online. Yes, I could fully, show and teach people this is how you do it kind of on a Mac. But I'm not for sure if that's fully how you do it. So when I did ZBrush, it was on a PC. And, not to be that person, but if Linus Tech Tips wants me to demo some PCs and show them how I made a PC screen, I did. I made a ZBrush figure, and the person, like the computer that I was using, was supposed to be up for speccing for streaming, gaming, and multiple, screens to do multiple things. Ladies and gentlemen, I made it scream. I remember that noise of going, oh, no. And I would like to model and stream at the same time. So if Linus wants me to almost destroy a computer, hit me up. to make an actual PC that can not only model for ZBrush and Maya and make render times amazing. And yeah. But yeah, no, ZBrush and me and a computer, oh, not good, ladies and gentlemen. Not good at all. Not bueno. No bueno. It's bad. It's really, really bad. And then, rendering. Oh, okay. Last rant about this school and how it really felt like it set me on a path to, not destruction, but like, set me down the wrong path. Because the path turned out to be like, I know enough, not, yes, I can definitely make this for you. Rendering. When you have to do rendering, it's either in Maya rendering, which is kind of like Arnold and stuff like that, and a render port. When you do flame glass, you have that kind of rendering. And it's kind of straightforward, and it's not terrible, but it's not great either. So the school gives you Renderman. Renderman is usually used for like Pixar and Disney. And Renderman has its own way of doing things, and its own coloring system, and its own everything. And you kind of can use Substance Painter for some of the stuff for Renderman, but mine kind of broke. So that failed miserably. It's good. And I asked the teachers, how can I fix this? And they were like, don't know how you broke it. Thanks, teachers. But with Renderman, you can render out an image, so i.e. Sheepy MacGuffin. I can make Sheepy MacGuffin. And I can render him. I can do that. But he has to be right there. That's it. He doesn't get to move. He doesn't get to change position. In fact, if I change position, you're there for like 5 more hours. Enjoy. Now I have to personally make sure. But you can render an image. I don't know where that word came from. This is what you would be rendering. You wanted to render something like this with movement. You're supposed to do batch rendering, where it's a lot of images that you would then smoosh together to make it animated. It broke on me and never wanted me to batch render. I don't know how to fix it. Also, there wasn't a, here, download Renderman, you have it for a year. No, I had to re-download the free trial of Renderman every time. So every month that I needed it, and it wasn't the next month of it, I'd have to continuously just get the free trial over and over again. And that was annoying. I liked Renderman because it does make pretty pictures. This is really pretty. Not the Digitech stuff. That's not pretty. It's not. So, I wouldn't recommend going to Fullsail University if you want to get into computer animation. If you want to get into 2D animation, no. Bad school. Don't do it. I promise you that there's schools elsewhere. Please, go to anywhere but this one. If you are more of a practical learner, i.e. you learn better with pictures than words, maybe go to Fullsail as an actual student there. I think my $40,000 that I have to give back probably would have been $60,000 because I'm there. Fullsail University is really good with some scholarships to help you. There was Momentum that helped me. There was quite a few scholarships that helped. And as the program ended, I actually got some of my Pell Grants in the end. It paid for the car that I'm now driving. It's not the greatest car, but I am driving it, and I am saving money to do the other things that need to get done in my life. And it is paying for some of the medication I need. But I don't know. The people there are always really nice. I will I will gift their tech support. They are amazing. I was having really bad trouble with Synthise, and that's another program you only use for a month, by the way. 1 month. 1 month, ladies and gentlemen. You sometimes use programs for 1 month. Maya is the only program that you'll use through your whole time there. Love Maya, because she will never love you back. She will crash. Sometimes she'll save your stuff, but other times she's a wicked mistress. I would definitely recommend like trying out ZBrush, Maya, and seeing if you can get a feel for it right then and there, learning from YouTube, and seeing about making animations that way instead of going to school. At least going to school for Fullsail. The tech support is awesome. The story I told was just Synthise kept crashing, wouldn't let me in. We realized I just had to click this one button and I was in. We both laughed about it. They're great. The student council people who are just kind of helping you from class to class, when you're not on campus, they'll call you. And after a while, they stop calling me because I'm phonophobic, I guess. I don't like answering calls. Leave me a message. I will call you back once I hear your voice and know it's somebody. But if you're just calling me and be like, look, your next class is coming up. We want to make sure you're okay. We're seeing that you're not. You want to talk to people? No. No. I quit my job because I couldn't balance both acts. And now you want me to do a what now? They have a lot of good perks, and they also don't. They have really good teachers. My ringing teacher, I will always say, was amazing. That guy is the greatest. I'm so happy I had him because he would record a video for me to understand. Not every teacher does that, and some of them will do it a little bit condescending. So I don't recommend Fullsail. I recommend trying everything on your own first, and then seeing if it's worth it. If it is, good for you, go for it. Really just, like, you can go to lectures, but remember, their lectures are more tailored to them than they are you. And if you live not in the United States of America or around our time zones, good luck, because I hope that anybody gets anything from this, that it's really tough, and I hope for the best if or when you go to college. Just don't go to Fullsail. I mean, you can go for any of the other ones. They seem to be amazing, and it's awesome. But a lot of people don't show that it's a struggle, it's hard, you're gonna be working towards something, and good luck. I promise you, it's gonna be very hard if you go to Fullsail. It's gonna be hard no matter what college. But if you stick with it like I did, even through the ups and the downs, you will graduate. And it is kind of the best feeling in the world once you do. Because you did it. And that's all that matters. So, if you would like manga, anime, or anything else on this channel, definitely subscribe. And I hope that you've been having a wonderful day. Wolfy-Chan out. Bye.